What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back once again to the Thrash Maniac 99 YouTube channel. And I'm back with a quick episode of Under the Radar for you guys. Only two other albums that came out on I'm still dealing with the head cold, it's making me go crazy. February 2nd, and these are two completely different albums that caught my eye and I wanted to check out. So the first one we're going to tackle is Dwarrowdelf with The Fallen Leaves. So this is a one-man British epic / atmospheric blackened death metal band. I mean, they're listed as epic black metal, but there's a lot of death metal going on here too, so it's kind of trying to mix both genres. And as far as what you get on this album, you get some cool epic synths that are quite tasteful and well done. You even get, like, death metal breakdowns from time to time, some great piano work, even some, like, classic heavy metal triplet swings, death growls, and screams to really showcase, I believe his name is Tim, or Tom, doing his vocal flips quite a bit, and even some tuneful, clean vocals come in on a couple of tracks, epic tremolo melodies to give it that black metal vibe. It even gets folky at times. There's some death metal chugs, blast beats, occasional dissonance and atonal riffs. However, that's mostly within the first half of this album. The first half is really across the board, the album's bombastic and epic sounding. However, the second half is where it starts to kind of give me Lorna Shore vibes. Like, there's a lot of deathcore elements going on, especially in, like, the breakdowns and the pig squeal coming in. So once it got into like the deathcore side of things, I was like, yeah, this album kind of tapered off in the second half. The first half was really good. The second half, on the other hand, once you start toying with deathcore elements, for me, it loses my interest. Production-wise, pretty solid. Granted, I will say it's a bit too clean for this kind of style with the whole atmospheric black and death metal idea. It should have a little more grit to it. But the mix is great because the bass is pretty forward in the mix. Well, not overpowering everything, but you can hear the bass. But yeah, a bit too clean, and also them deathcore elements that come in kind of took me away from this album, and for those reasons I'm going with a 2.5 out of 5. So far this is my lowest grade, but it's still a okay album. I just wish they could have not done deathcore in this, and that's just me. But now on to the other album to talk about, and that is Sickening with the Death King. And this is an Italian brutal death metal band, brutal / technical death metal, I should say, because holy shit, these guys sound like an Italian Suffocation. Like, there's lots of nods to Suffocation on here, and like the breakdowns, the slams, the chugs, the grooves. But it's brutal, but yet you do get some really cool technical guitar work on here, and even some dissonance and pinch harmonics that kind of harken back to Immolation to some degree, but it gets so damn fast, it's like aborted at times, or even the US Disgorge. Lots of great blast beats on this album, some really nasty, sinister tremolo riffs come up here. And then probably the big issue I had with this album is that there's not a whole lot of distinct riffs on this album, and there's not really a whole lot of melody on here, as well as weird ways they end songs. Like, I could have done without the samples, and I think it would have made this album a little bit better. So for those reasons, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. It's good. It probably would go to a 3.5 if there was some more distinct riffs, and those weird samples could have just went bye-bye. But again, that's all just my opinion, and that's how it is. But of course, these are just my opinions on these albums. What did you guys think? Of course, the albums themselves in the description box, and until next time, keep your horns high and your dreams wet.